The Village of Stepanchikovo by Fyodor Dostoevsky. The Village of Stepanchikovo is a satirical novel that revolves around the absurd and tyrannical character, Foma Fomich Opiskin, who has taken over the household of Colonel Rostanev in the Russian countryside of Stepanchikovo. The protagonist, the colonel's nephew, narrates his visit to the estate where he discovers the bizarre control and influence Opiskin exerts over his uncle and the entire household. The story unfolds as family members and servants attempt to navigate and resist Foma's manipulative antics. Themes of power, freedom, and human dignity are explored through humorous, melodramatic encounters that culminate in a comedic resolution aimed at overthrowing Foma's despotic rule. The novel highlights Dostoevsky's early experimentation with character development and social commentary, providing a unique blend of comedy and drama that critiques the absurdities of social hierarchies and the plight of those ensnared by such figures. Let's deep dive into the book. Arrival at Stepanchikovo. The story begins with the unnamed narrator, a young man, arriving at his uncle Colonel Yegor Rostanev's estate in Stepanchikovo. He is met with a curious welcome that hints at unusual tensions within the household. The narrator quickly learns of the bizarre influence Foma Fomich Opiskin, a self-proclaimed intellectual and moralist, has over the colonel and his family. Opiskin's manipulative and absurd behavior sets the stage for the conflicts that unravel throughout the narrative. Introducing the household. The colonel's household is bustling and includes his mother, 2 children, a niece, servants, and the egregious Foma Fomich. The narrator is introduced to each member, revealing their individual quirks and their varying degrees of resignation or rebellion against Foma's tyranny. Particularly, Nastenka, the colonel's niece, appears distressed, hinting at deeper troubles tied to Foma's dominance over the estate. Foma's tyranny. It becomes evident that Foma has established himself as a pseudo-dictator of the household, exploiting the colonel's hospitality and manipulating everyone around him for his comfort and ego. His absurd demands and cruel punishments are accepted because of the colonel's inexplicable devotion to him. The narrator is both amused and appalled by the ludicrousness of Foma's character and his theatrical control over the family. Secrets and plans. The narrator learns of Nastenka's secret engagement to a local poor but honest man, Misail. Foma opposes their union, promoting instead a wealthy but dim-witted suitor, Mr. Bakhtiyev. The family, particularly the narrator and Nastenka, begin to plot against Foma's plans, seeking to liberate themselves from his influence. The proposal scene. A comedic and chaotic scene unfolds as Bakhtiyev arrives to formally propose to Nastenka. Foma orchestrates the event, but his plans are subtly sabotaged by the family's antics. The proposal is a disaster, with Nastenka openly rejecting Bakhtiyev, much to Foma's fury and the family's quiet delight. Foma's retaliation. Enraged by the failed proposal and sensing a loss of control, Foma plots a more severe punishment for Nastenka and the family. He reveals his plans to force Nastenka into a convent, framing it as a moral and spiritual purification. The family is horrified, and their resolve to defeat Foma strengthens. The counterplot. The narrator, along with Nastenka and Misail, devises a plan to expose Foma's hypocrisy and liberate the colonel from his influence. They plan a theatrical confrontation where Foma's true character and his past misdeeds will be revealed to the colonel. The climactic confrontation. The planned confrontation turns into a dramatic and humorous exposure of Foma's past and his manipulative tactics. The narrator and Misail present evidence of Foma's previous failures and his opportunistic nature. The colonel, initially resistant, begins to see through Foma's facade, thanks to the calculated revelations and the emotional appeals from his family. Foma's downfall. Foma, cornered and exposed, attempts to regain control with a tirade of moralistic speeches, but his words fall flat. The colonel, finally disillusioned, denounces Foma, who, defeated and humiliated, decides to leave the estate. The household rejoices as they watch him depart, celebrating their newfound freedom. Resolution and reflections. In the aftermath, the estate returns to normalcy, with the family healing from the emotional turmoil caused by Foma. Nastenka and Misail's relationship is openly accepted, and plans for their future are made. The narrator reflects on the events, contemplating the strange interlude that brought both chaos and unity to Stepanchikovo. The story ends on a hopeful note, with the family looking forward to a peaceful and Foma-free future. Let's explore together the main themes and concepts of the book. Tyranny and authority. In The Village of Stepanchikovo, Dostoevsky explores the theme of tyranny through the character of Foma Fomich Opiskin, who manipulates and controls the Rostanev household with his pretentious moral authority. This theme highlights the absurdity of unwarranted power and the dangers of blind obedience to such figures. The novel questions the legitimacy of authority that is not grounded in genuine moral or intellectual superiority, but in deceit and manipulation, showcasing how such power can disrupt family dynamics and individual autonomy. Family and loyalty. The novel portrays the family as a central unit of society, emphasizing the themes of loyalty and familial duty. Despite the havoc wreaked by Foma's manipulation, the family members eventually band together to resist his control. This unity is portrayed as a natural and powerful counter to tyranny. Dostoevsky illustrates how familial bonds and loyalty can be tested, but ultimately provide a strong foundation for personal identity and resistance against oppression, highlighting the importance of solidarity and mutual support in overcoming personal and collective challenges. Social critique and hypocrisy. Dostoevsky uses the character of Foma and the setting of the Russian countryside to critique the social and moral pretensions of the time. Foma embodies the hypocrisy of those who claim moral and intellectual superiority, but live contrary to the values they espouse. The novel mocks the pretensions of such figures through satire, presenting a critique of societal norms that allow such characters to thrive. This theme extends to a broader commentary on the human tendency to maintain appearances and the social structures that support such duplicity. Freedom and emancipation. The quest for freedom from Foma's despotic rule is a driving force in the novel. The characters' struggles symbolize the broader human desire for liberation from oppressive forces, whether they be political, social, or familial. The eventual overthrow of Foma represents not just a literal freeing of the family, but also an emancipation from fear and subservience. This theme is reflective of Dostoevsky's interest in the conditions that foster human freedom and the spirit of rebellion that can arise in response to tyranny. Comedy and tragedy. Dostoevsky expertly blends elements of comedy and tragedy to enrich the narrative and deepen the exploration of its themes. The absurdity of Foma's character and the situations he creates are often humorous, yet they also carry a tragic quality as they reflect deeper social and psychological issues. This juxtaposition serves to underline the absurdity of human suffering caused by folly and pride, and the thin line between laughter and pain. Through this blend, Dostoevsky challenges readers to consider the complexity of life's circumstances and the dual nature of human experiences. Let's talk about the author. Fyodor Dostoevsky was a Russian novelist, short story writer, essayist, and journalist, renowned for his exploration of psychology in the troubled political, social, and spiritual atmospheres of 19th century Russia. Born in 1821 in Moscow, Dostoevsky's works often feature complex characters and profound philosophical themes. His major works include Crime and Punishment, The Idiot, Demons, and The Brothers Karamazov. Dostoevsky's narratives frequently delve into issues of morality, free will, and the human struggle with sin and redemption. He is celebrated for his deep character analysis and has had a profound influence on literature, psychology, and philosophy. Dostoevsky passed away in 1881 in St. Petersburg. Sincere thanks for watching. If you found this summary helpful, consider taking a moment to hit the subscribe button, like or share the video. If you have any feedbacks or book requests, make sure to leave a comment. Regardless, I wish you a great day.